Welcome back into Roster Rescue. It is the show where we take a look at your rosters. We let you know what's good, what's baggly. I don't know what baggly is, but what's bad and what's ugly, and everything in between. I've got my good friend here, Rich Dotson. Rich, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, doing swell. Nobody got hurt. No major injuries this weekend. People's elbows are staying where they're supposed to stay. ACLs, Achilles, all that fun stuff are intact. So we still got Monday night. So cross your fingers. There you go,
dude. I had a team this week. I was playing Jared. I had a team that had Devon Achane, Jonathan Taylor, and Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, that's beast mode.
He did not have a good week. I had a great week though.
Yeah, my son's got Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, and Jahmyr Gibbs and Scott Fishbowl. That's why he's top 50 out of 5,100. He's doing pretty well.
That'll do
Beautiful.
That'll do it. Pete, how you doing, man?
Doing really good. Excited to be back. Missed you guys last show. So excited, raring to go.
I know the chat and people watching the show are excited to see you, but I don't know if there's anyone more excited to have you back than me. I think I am probably the most excited to have you back. Makes my life so much easier. Newfound appreciation for Pete Bartowski right there, folks. All right, so today we're already on Nuke only, right, Pete? How many roster rescues do we have to do?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 currently. We have 5 in the shoot.
Nice. Okay. All right, so if you want to get yours in today, make sure to put in a nuke. But let's get to our first one. Whip, 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 whip.
It's a nuke.
Wait, was that me?
Yes. It was the clip from last show. We're like, oh, this one's so much better.
It was so
than
much
Peter's audio. It's a lot more soothing. It's less of a impending doom sound effect. So
it's so loud when it comes through sometimes in the headphones. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like a red alert.
That's fantastic. All right. Well, apparently I am the new nuke sound, which I don't know if I love or not, but it's there. And let's go ahead and get into this team here. So this is, of course, my sheet's down.
John's team.
This is who?
John.
Oh, John. I thought this was Douglas.
No, so I put the notes in the private chat.
Oh, it's a different note.
It's an updated notes.
Ah, so okay. I assumed it was the same one. All right, no, John.
John's
team.
Yep.
We'll get to yours right here. This is Pete. Tell us about this team real quick while I pull up the notes.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a 12-team start 10, but it's half-point premium for running back reception.
Okay.
Kick return yards for players.
Sexy.
Okay.
And that's about it.
That's about it. All right, let's go ahead and get into this then. Quarterback wise, we are looking at in this one QB league, Jaden Daniels, Brock Purdy, and Mac Jones. Running back wise, Bucky Irving, Chase Brown, Braylon Allen, Tank Bigsby, Jonathan Brooks, Sean Tucker. At the wide receiver position, we have Tet McMillan, Jalen Waddle, Ricky Pearsall, Josh Downs, Wan'Dale Robinson, Calvin Ridley, Keyshawn Butte. And then tight end wise, Dalton Kincaid, Elijah Arroyo, Brenton Strange. Draft picks wise, looks like we haven't really done anything with our draft picks overall. We've kind of still got all our same picks. We're in the same spot we would normally be. We're in 7th in dynasty mode, but Pete, where are we at in contender mode?
We are 11th.
Well, he's 1-8, so that
that
helps.
Checks out
pretty well. Yeah, he got some work to do here.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. Rich, when you're looking at this team here, it's only one QB, 12 teams. We've obviously dealt with a lot of injuries. We're not really in the spot to compete. We're 1-8 overall. Where are we at as far as rebuild, blowing it up, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, ready to move Jalen Waddle. I'm selling Chase Brown for literally, somebody needs a running back where I can get hopefully 2 seconds for him. But besides that, you're not trading Bucky now because the value's not there. You wait till he comes back. You're in position to get Jeremiah Love this year or another receiver, which should probably be receiver. We'll see how the draft plays out. But yeah, I mean, he's only got his picks, so we've got to kind of like escalate this rebuild because it's going to take too long to give us your own picks. Jalen Waddle, he's a weird one to move because some people just don't value him for his true value, which I do not understand. He's 26. He's averaging about 16 points per game, putting up really good numbers in this offense and a really good receiver. So there's no reason we shouldn't be able to get a first back for Jalen Waddle. And honestly, he's worth a first plus in one QB. In my eyes, I don't know if we will get there, but we should be able to. Like, team 3 looks like it needs receiver help for sure, right there in contender mode. Yeah. And I'm thinking we can use Chase Brown to kind of like pad a deal with Waddle. Like, instead of trying to move Chase Brown by himself, I feel like he's a good add-on to really like. If someone's somewhat hesitant to trade for Jalen Waddle, throwing Chase Brown on there as the doo-doo sprinkles, I think that's going to help the cause.
I think that's going to help quite a bit because since Joe Flacco's been there, he's been a much more relevant asset. Before that, obviously he wasn't looking great. And I'm actually working on some show stuff for tomorrow night. He's got a very favorable playoff schedule, so something you can kind of throw out there as well and just say like, hey, look at his playoff schedule. Here's how they're ranked. I think all the teams he's playing against are in the bottom 15 as far as like easiest schedules to go against. So very favorable matchup. So I think he's a nice one right now to be able to pair with something. But Rich, you're absolutely right. When you look at this team overall, honestly, I'm kind of thankful we are where we are because it feels almost closer to a middle of the road. Had Jaden Daniels stayed healthy and Bucky Irving stayed healthy, we probably would have been that like 7th, 8th type of team. So It's almost been a blessing in disguise that those teams or those players have been hurt to really put us in a spot to get some higher end draft capital.
Yeah, and I think it works out perfectly too with having those two players where like I want a little more than a first for Jalen Waddle. I would take 2 seconds for Chase Brown. So I think that really equals out and increases our odds of getting 2 firsts for a package, which I feel really good about. So, Pete, can we look at team 3 real quick?
Yep.
Yeah, they're 7-2.
They have a receiver.
They're okay at running back.
Yeah, they desperately need a third guy with Neighbors being out.
Yeah, I would. What picks do they have? Can we see them with their picks?
Oh boy.
Damn them.
Not great, Bob.
Let's see their players. See if there's any player trades here.
I mean, unless they're willing to move Malik Neighbors, which I doubt that they are.
Yeah, I would start there. I would offer Chase Brown and Jalen Waddle for Malik Neighbors. I'm throwing that out there to see if it gets done, just to see what happens. I don't think if Chase Brown had any kind of like longevity to his name, which I believe he does not whatsoever, I think that'd be in the realm of fairness. So I would throw it out there. You just never know. An offer like that for somebody who's 7-2, trying to compete. They see that they're getting Chase Brown and Jalen Waddle, could get real excited about that.
This team is somehow in first place too. So they're in a spot where they're going to want to make a deal to make sure that they are solid through the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think those are the kind of deals like sometimes you find yourself in position to get those elite players for a situation. A guy who's hurt, a guy who wants a little bit of help. He desperately needs another receiver. DK Metcalf.
Who else do we have?
Not getting it done.
Who else do we have to like throw in on a deal if we needed to?
Any of those receivers are like Josh Downs ain't holding me back. Monroe Robinson ain't holding me back. If he came back and asked for one of the Keyshawn Boot, I wouldn't give him Ricky Pearsall, but like if somehow he countered, he wanted a little bit more depth at receiver. If he wanted Wandale, if he wanted Josh Downs, like I'm not offering him. Literally anybody but Tet and Ricky are also available for me to add Malik.
If that was the deal breaker for him, he's like, I want Wandale, Ricky, and I want Chase Brown. Would you do it?
Yeah, I would.
I would too. So I'm not throwing Ricky out there, but like that's the twist my arm kind of thing of like.
Wait, hold on. I'm saying, say it again.
It would be Wandale, Ricky Pearsall, and Chase Brown. Would you do it for Malik Neighbors?
Wandale.
No.
Ricky.
Waddle, Ricky Pearsall, and Chase Brown.
Chase Brown.
So the deal we already had, but he wants Ricky, and that's the deal breaker for him.
I'd have to get like a second back, man. That's like because we need like if we're gonna start rebuild, because what we're doing is the problem is we're not getting any draft capital back, so we're still in that slow rebuild, and we need Ricky as some of our depth, right? Like that. That's a lot. I mean, if I would I do it still though? Because again, Waddle's not just like we're like Waddle's fine. Like we had to hold on to Waddle and use our pick. Like that gives us Ricky, Waddle, and Tet, and we're adding Jeremiah Love. Now we have Chase Brown, Bucky Irvin, Jeremiah Love. Like that propels us a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's
we
not
still
like,
have our pick either way. It's not like, then we'd have Malik Neighbors and Jeremiah Love.
yeah, but then we have way more holes. Now we need another running back and we need 2 receivers compared to what you know what I mean? Like
the reason I would be open to it is one, right now we're giving up a lot of. I think Waddle's pretty safe and sure, but like Ricky, even though we like him, is still very up in the air. Chase Brown is very up in the air. For a much more solid asset. Plus, we're getting Neighbors at somewhat of a depressed price where we could easily move him again for that like full legitimate 3 first-round pick value once we get to the offseason and beginning of next season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really avoiding it at all costs, but you're right. If push came to shove, I don't think I'd let Ricky be the hold up on there. What's that come on our in dynasty mode trade calculator, Pete? Like I want to see like if I'm listed, like if it's close.
Let's see. Zoom out. So it was
Malik Neighbors.
Hospital.
Or are you looking at team names?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Neighbors, Chase
For
Brown,
Waddle?
Purcell, and
Go up for
Waddle.
There you go.
I mean, that's pretty on the nose.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I figured it would be.
So if push came to shove, I would be willing to do that. That's not the first deal I'm throwing out there.
No, and I would love to, like if I can get like a second back there, like a 27 second out of that, like I'd feel way better about it because it gives again a little bit more draft capital to shoot in. Like I'm not like having a top pick in 26 in a 1 QB is totally fine, right? Like, but already when you get the second, you're looking at thin pickings already. So your 2-1 is like you're looking at 17% unstartable player.
And even once we get to the 26 draft, and I like Jeremiah Love. Everything I'm seeing, I think he's going to be a very good running back in this league. But I'm very heavily considering trading Jeremiah Love once I get that pick because we have enough holes to fill that we need to split some assets. And like I said, if we get Neighbors, that doesn't mean I'm just holding on to Neighbors forever. He could easily be a turn and burn as well. But I'm trying to constantly accrue extra value because this team needs quite a bit at this point because it's really Jaden Daniels and Bucky Irving when healthy. Because as much as Rich, I know you like him as much, if not more than anybody else, and we've seen flashes this year from Dalton Kincaid, but the inconsistencies are still plaguing him and the injuries are still plaguing him. So we don't really have a tight end we can trust in. We don't have a running back too, and we're thin at receiver. So it's Jaden Daniels against the world, more or less.
Yeah, he'd be he's a movable asset when he's healthy. And you're right about the 1-1. I mean, every dynasty player has to remember when you have multiple holes and you're in full rebuild, when you end up with the 1-1, outside of like a generational player, because even then those aren't like guarantees. Like again, we didn't call Ashton Genty a generational player. We just called him an exceptional running back. Like a generational player would be like more likely like Jeremiah Smith, right? Bijan, Saquon. When those players come out, like you stick at 1-1. But generally in Dynasty, when you have the 1-1 and you have a lot of holes to fill, the best move is to move out of that one, move back a couple spots, and pick up future draft capital.
Especially with this not being super flex. Super flex, I'd be more tempted to stay and keep the top end quarterback. In 1 QB, it's much easier for me to move on because there's no quarterback for me to get there.
So let's look at some of these other teams, Pete, see if there's another path here to get some draft capital, which I would prefer. Anyways,
yeah,
like
I would as well.
At the top here, teams are okay.
So he has all of his picks.
Okay.
He could use Waddle. What's his running back look like?
He's in good shape.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a huge part. He's not interested in that. Team 2.
With Jones there and Marks there, he probably doesn't really need Chase Brown.
No, he could use Chase Brown. For
I mean, he's got Devon Chan and Brees Hall, and then he's got
Yeah.
Woody Marks and Aaron Jones.
But look, he's starting Aaron Jones. I know, but like if you get Chase Brown, you feel better about it. Like this,
You can try. I just don't know that that's going to move the needle much for this guy.
I don't think so. He's starting Devontae Smith. He's starting Jones. So like those, like we're replacing this. We're giving him 2 starters, which is big. I mean, I know you got Jameson Williams and with Dan Campbell taking over play call, and he loves him some JMO. He has all his draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chase Brown, Jaden Waddle for
Oh, no,
Actually, no,
No,
I
it doesn't.
totally lied. I thought we were still on the first team.
Never mind. This guy's off the table.
Move on. We already saw team 3, so we can
Yep.
move on from him. Good at running back. Needs help at receiver though.
Yeah.
What do we have pick wise? Ooh, he's got Warren and Mason Taylor. Mason Taylor is
Ooh, multiple picks in play here.
okay. He could be the sprinkle on top for me on a trade. A Mason Taylor could be.
He's in 5th place, so he has to decide if he wants to go for it or not. He has multiple draft picks in 26, so I would take his. Yeah, I mean, same maneuver here. I think the baseline of what we're trying to do is we're trying to package Waddle and Brown together for the equivalent of 2 first. Is what we're trying to do.
And we'll sprinkle in another receiver if needed, not named Ricky Pearsall or Ted McMillan.
Yeah, correct. If needed be, and this guy could totally do it. If this guy wanted to give me 1 first back for if this guy wanted to give me his 27 first, for example, and he said I don't want to give up 2 first, I really want those 2 first next year. And there's some players like going back in, he has some players you could scroll down a little bit. Like if he wanted to give us for Chase Brown and Jalen Waddle his 27 first and throw in Jaden Higgins and Mason Taylor, like I'd be okay with that. If you wanted to, that's equivalent.
I'd be okay with that
late
too.
first for me in a 1 QB. I'd be okay with that. Again, prefer if I can just to get the draft picks, but I would take the
Agreed.
upside on both those guys there.
Because the nice part about the draft picks is they won't lose value.
Yeah.
Whereas these players could gain a bunch, but they could lose value as well.
I would say this in 1 QB too. Any of those late first you get. So say you can make this move and you get the 26 and 27 first, or you get that 26 first and you get Mason Taylor and Jaden Higgins like that. Like once those coming out there before the draft or right at the NFL draft, like I'm trying to move out of 26 and into 27 with that team.
27 is we've known it for a long time. We've been talking about it since
A
before
year.
the summer. I mean, we've been talking about it, for a while. How good this class looks, and if we have as many quarterbacks go back to school as we could end up seeing, I mean, we could see 3 of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks go back to school. Dante Moore could go back. Ty Simpson could go back. I don't think Mendoza's going back no matter what, even though he could.
I don't think Ty Simpson will go back if he's guaranteed top 2 draft capital.
We'll see. You know, they still have bowl games and they play in the SEC championship game. And we'll see what his stock does. You know, it could vary a lot. Lenore Sellers, I think, is highly likely to go back. So it's only going to make that 27 class even better. And they already have guys in there like Dylan Raiola and some of those guys that are some bigger quarterback names. Arch Manning, who's a big name, but has disappointed. So that will only make those picks even better.
And again, it's the receivers in that class are going to be unbelievable. Good running backs. Like I can't, and I know it's starting to catch up because we're seeing some national news about it. But for 12 months now, we've been talking about this. I mean, we did in the summer. I had a big strategy of I moved a lot of my 25 picks for 27 picks. Like I was throwing in my late first and a third for a 27 first, like that. So like we've been talking about it for a year, and hopefully a lot of our audience have listened. Like the 27 class is going to be a special class, like almost compared to the 24 class, which was really good. The last couple of draft classes have been good, but I know 1 QB it's still going to be strong. Super flex, it's going to be unbelievable. Like,
and the good news is there does look like they're starting to become some running backs that are interesting too. That was the one thing that's been missing a little bit, and we're starting to see some running backs emerge. So
there'll be players that emerge next year that we don't even know. like they're
100%.
on the radar right now, like the Fernando Mendoza's and Ty Simpson. So go back to this team here. If you're able to acquire that 26 first, you have your first, which is the 1-1, which the value is. You'd really want to package, and I would also encourage, like, with the way this draft, we'll know more when it comes to Mark. When it comes to the NFL draft, like you'll probably have 2-1, 2-2. You trade that first and your second and get like a first and multiple seconds like back, if possible in that 27 class. 2-1's gonna be a little bit more valuable, so we'll see how it plays out with how many receivers are in this draft class. But you're going to want to be savvy about moving back, even from the 1-1 from this. But I think the groundwork here is that's where you're laying. You're packaging Chase Brown and Waddle together. You don't want to move those guys together, separate, I think, if possible, because it's going to be harder to move one and the other. I think it's a really good package to get 2 first-round pick value. You want 1 pick, preferably in 27 over 26. Even that team right there, like I said, you would take their 27 first, let them keep the 226 first, and give them those players and get Mason Taylor and Jaden Higgins on top, if you can. Preferably, though, you want the 2 first and kind of use that capital to swing on. Because Higgins could still be a bust. Mason Taylor, I feel confident in, but it's not PPR premium. This is running back premium per reception, which does increase Chase Brown's value as well because he's more solid in the PPR game than he is in the running game. Yeah. So, and honestly, when Bucky comes back, Bucky's going to be a big piece you move to. Like you might not be able to move Bucky until 26, and that's fine. But in 26, we are moving Bucky as well off our roster, and preferably at that point, you're going to get a 2027 first and hopefully a 2028 first for Bucky would be the plan. And then that should put you in a spot with 327 first and 228 first. And that would give you Ted McMillan and whatever receiver running back you take at 1-1 or trade back for. And then the 27 classes where you're really going to propel that 1 QB league into a contender, and hopefully compete in 2028.
All right. I think we're on to the next. Best of luck, John.
Next, we have a couple questions here. Do we want to answer them?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so this is about Bucky Irving. Would you trade a late 26 first and a late 26 second for Irving? I'm assuming you're contending.
To get him, I would easily do that.
Easily, too. Yeah, I'd easily pay that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't sell him for that.
No,
I would easily take it.
And that's the thing, especially if you're somebody that needs running back, to find a running back in this class with a late first, good luck. It's gonna be really difficult to do. So I would easily make that move as a contender.
Yeah, if you need a running back and you're not a top team in the draft, you're not getting one in the draft class that you're gonna feel confident about. Doesn't mean one can't emerge, but you're better off trading and getting a guy like Bucky Irvin, still young, in a really good offense that has shown that he can produce, would be great value for you.
Okay, and then Alex, would you trade? I'm assuming this is one quarterback. This is super flex. I don't know. Would you trade Odunze, Caleb Williams, and James Cook for Justin Jefferson and Bucky Irving?
In 1 QB, Rome, Caleb, and Cook.
Because if this was super flex, it would be pretty easily the Williams side, right?
Or you're right. Yeah, and super flex would be
Judkins, Henderson, May, Woody. He's got JSN and Emeka. I have no problem making that trade. On a points per game basis right now, the Rome side's winning. Justin Jefferson and JJ McCarthy have not clicked yet. His worst games of all time are with JJ McCarthy. Bucky's not playing, and Bucky and Cook are equals. I would
lean the Justin Jefferson side still in a 1 QB.
No, in 1 QB, yeah, I would lean the Justin Jefferson side as well.
Yeah,
it's.
I get that they haven't been as good this year, but in my overall rankings, Bucky, Cook, it's negligible difference, and I still have Justin Jefferson a fair amount ahead of Rome, and Caleb just doesn't really move the needle for me in 1 QB much.
No, he's replaceable for sure. So Yeah, they'll give you Jackson Smith, Emeka, and Justin Jefferson, and then your running backs are going to be Bucky, Henderson, and Judkins and Woody Marks. That's pretty solid. So I would definitely do that.
And then last one, if you're entering a rebuild, do you want to target 26 first or 28 first?
This is the guy's team we're about to do, isn't it?
Nope. This is another Justin.
Oh, different Justin. Okay.
Different Justin.
So he's saying he has 527 first. So
he already has. He's going to trade some of his players for future picks as well.
27.
That's
where he won the 20.
He already has 527 first, and he's trying to figure out if he should target 26 first or 28 firsts.
More 27 first, but okay, you already have half the leagues first, so I understand that if you can't get the other half,
probably not getting more. Yeah,
I personally would take the 26 first, only because even the class is, you'll be able, by the time the draft comes, that gives you quicker ammo. You'd be able to trade the 26 first or 28 first plus in that draft class because it's years away. So
I agree with that.
First, wherever it is, when that pick is on the clock, even if you don't want it, hey, dude, I'll get this pick away. Give me a 28 first and a 27 second. Now you just got a free 27 second and a 28 first for being too far away. So I'm taking the 26 first to get the immediate returns plus down the road.
And that's assuming that they're going at the same price right now.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody might give you their 28 now way cheaper than they give you your 26. So cost will matter there. But yeah, all things being equal, definitely the 26.
Perfect. Okay, so on to other Justin's team. Other Justin.
Other.
This is a 12-team start 12 lineup in your lineup. 12 starters.
12 starters. Big time.
12 starters.
Nice.
12 team, 12 starters. And he gave me a lot of notes, so I'll read through them while you go through the roster.
All right, well, this is Superflex tight end premium. Quarterback wise, we have Jaden Daniels, Jackson Dart, so two young studs at the quarterback position, but no third quarterback right now. Running backs, Bayshal Tootin, Ollie Gordon, Jordan James, Devin Neal. A lot of upside names in this class that really haven't performed yet. Wide receivers, Jamison Williams, Jaden Knoll, Cedric Tillman, Torrey Horton. Man, that's really it. And then tight ends,
Lambert Smith.
Yeah. Tight ends, Tucker Kraft, Aronde Gadsden, Isaiah Likely. A lot of good tight ends. Even Ben Sinnott got a touchdown this week. How about that?
Thank God.
Picks wise, we've got 327 first. We've got 326 first, although we do not have our own, it looks like, unfortunately. And then we've got some other thirds and things like that sprinkled in as well. So we are currently the 8th team in Dynasty mode, but I'm guessing we are bottom 2 in contender mode. Yes, we are dead last in contender.
14-4 though. There's multiple teams that are behind us in rankings right now.
Yeah, we're in 10th place.
Win teams. Yeah.
We
don't have our own first, so they screw you guys are first. Garrett, this is pretty this is a pretty simple roster review for me because he's done everything how he's supposed to. The only asset you have on your roster are your two quarterbacks, which is perfect because you have your cornerstone players in place that you feel very confident in, and you have your tight ends in place that you feel confidence in. And all you have to do is now still build that receiving room and the running back room, and you have all the draft capital to do it. 26 class is a little bit weaker. If you're in position to grab a quarterback, one of those top 2 quarterbacks, you'll still do that, even though you need receivers. But like there is about 5 or 6 receivers in this class that are pretty solid. So you're going to use, since you don't have your own first, you're going to be out of position to get Jeremiah Love. You're going to use all 3 of those 26 first on receivers to build the foundation. And then you have 327 first. And then you're going to use those to grab more receivers and running backs. I would love to be able to move one of those 26 first to get back another draft pick in 27, where we're going to take our big step forward to start competing in, if I could, possibly. But like he has no assets here to move, even though it's 10 in premium. If we can move Gadsden,
that was going to be what I was just going to say, Rich. Like with having Tucker Kraft and Isaiah Likely, like as much as I like and believe in Gadsden,
yeah,
there's still risk there. So I would be fine targeting a contender that really needs a tight end.
It sucks is I'd want to target a team that has Tucker Kraft, but we have Tucker Kraft.
Right.
We have Luke Musgrave behind him and have Isaiah Likely. Now, start 12 tight end premium. I have no problem holding on to Gadsden either. You know what I mean? Like, I have no problem with that. But like, if we could move them, because we have so many holes at the other skill positions, and we have starters in Kraft and Likely long term, like I feel way better about moving Gadsden if we can. So that's the only asset we have. Can we look at our receivers and running backs one more time just to see if there's anything at all?
JMO and I guess Tootin.
Maybe Tootin, but not really. I mean, ETN's running back share went up massive again this week.
It did.
Yeah. So like if I can move Gadsden, if I can move Jamison Williams too. But here's the thing, like, again, they extended Jamison Williams, having Sam Laporta, having Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? Like there's got to be a smaller part of you going, man, is Dan Campbell just a big Jamison Williams fan? Because when Dan Campbell took over play calling this week, Jamison Williams saw the highest target share he's seen yet, and Amon-Ra's went down a little bit. So if anything, JMO's value might go up. So monitor that. Like, pay really close attention. I'm paying really close attention to his usage over these next couple of weeks with Dan Campbell calling plays, because we might see a bump there where you can move him, or if not, like he might hold value for your rebuild. Like that puts you in position. What sucks is we have no running backs, but you have a lot of upside guys that can offer some value here and there. So that's kind of nice to have. This 26 class is so weak at running back. You're not in a position to get Jeremiah Love. So like, you're going to be drafting receivers here, but like outside of that, like you don't have a lot of moves to make besides use your draft capital. Like you've done everything right to this point. You want to try and find a path for Gadsden, see if there's anything there that you could do.
Really,
there is a trade on the table, or I guess one he's asking about it.
Pete's got notes, right? Pete, you haven't gone over your notes yet, bro.
Yeah. Well, Pete, you put it in there. Go ahead and tell us these trade opportunities.
Yeah. So he's wondering, first of all, and Richie, you answered his question already, but he was trying to figure out if he should package his firsts to get a stud right now. And from what I'm picking up from you guys is no draft. Use your draft picks. Don't trade 3 firsts for neighbors right now, right? No. You aren't doing that.
No, it doesn't. No, because you need to build a team. Like neighbors isn't help. And then if you use 3 firsts, say you traded 3 firsts for neighbors, right? Then you get them. What are you going to try and do with neighbors in this team? You're going to try and trade them for 3 firsts. Like that's exactly what you do in this team. Like, unfortunately, you can't, when a team's in this kind of structure, when you're playing Dynasty Fantasy Football, is like, you can't fall in love when you have the opportunity to get one of those elite players, like a Jamar Chase, a Malik Neighbors, because they are not going to help you win a championship. By the time you turn this team around at that point, because you lost so much draft capital, they're going to be old and lost a ton of value. Like, you need to build a roster here. So with those 3 firsts, like you're hoping to hit on all 3 firsts to build a really solid foundation, and then go in 27 and use those picks. And then with 27, you're going to draft running backs and a receiver, hopefully if you're in a position to get like a Jeremiah Love, right? Like, or Jeremiah Smith with that pick, with your pick, and then like 2 running backs. And then now you're in position to trade your 28 firsts for running backs, your seconds for running backs. Like, you're going to build a foundation on these receivers, and then you can trade for like the Aaron Jones, right? The Derrick Henrys, things on those guys, whoever you can get for a 1st round pick value, like the Bucky Irvins on that roster, with your 28 draft capital. And remember, in 27, when you're trading that, like, people are going to look at your team historically as a bad team. People will value your first pretty high. It will hold a little bit more weight.
He did throw out there 2 firsts for Tet. That one might be intriguing to me.
He's saying plus Jamison Williams too, though.
Oh, he would have to give
plus
Jamison Williams.
2
Oh,
firsts.
never mind then. That's way too expensive.
No, we don't even know the quarterback situations look like they were Tet. No,
yeah.
Like, listen, I love Tet. He looks really good, but like, Jamison Williams and 2 firsts is just for your team way better. Like, again, if you're like looking for one young receiver to add in, like you had another team, like, yeah, I'd do that deal, but not with this team. And Dynasty
This is not the team that you are consolidating picks with. You want to get more picks or draft with your picks.
Yeah, and when you play Dynasty, every team is like, I say this all the time, it's its own planet in a solar system. And it, the the atmosphere is so different compared to everywhere else. It's why when you see like you put a trade out on Twitter or X or anywhere, like, oh, you lost, but like your team's significantly better, right? Like it's so easy to judge things in a vacuum when you can't worry about every other planet out there, or like every other league is like another universe, right? Like it doesn't matter what's going on; it's light years away. It has no effect on you whatsoever. What that person thinks or what's value. Like you're trying to build a dynasty championship caliber team, so like you have to navigate your own planet within that universe and how you can, because like you can make certain trades. It's something like, oh, why don't you trade for this player? Because that player's not available. So like that's why we do these shows, because you can only trade what's available in your league, right? And right now, like your only asset to really trade here is Arande Gadsden, unfortunately, or your draft picks. But it does not make sense for you to trade your draft picks unless the right deal came along. And I don't think that Ted McMillan deal is the right deal for you. Does he have any other trade offers out there, Pete, or is that the one?
That's the one. A lot of the other notes are just trades that he did in the past.
Thanks, John Paul. Smooches.
Yeah. So keep doing your best.
Yeah, I think we covered it. Yeah.
Picks. Yeah. Acquire as many picks as you can. Use those. Don't be afraid to check where the value is on those picks. If you have a high one and you're not in love with the player, move back. Get multiple players or multiple picks in 27 and 28, because this is not a 1-year rebuild. This is going to be a multi-year thing.
Yeah, that's my final advice: is trade back in 26. Like use those picks where you can. If you find value in moving back, move back a little bit. Acquire more 27 if you can. Seconds, first. If it's just a first straight up, I'm okay. In Superflex Tight End Premium, any of those 26 firsts you can move for a 27 first straight up. Yeah, I don't care if it's a team that just won the league and you're giving them pick 1-9 and it's going to be 112 and 27. I am making that move for 27. I'm all in on that class, and then try and pick up like a second and 28. You want to try and get a couple of those like second round picks thrown in there, because that's going to be your ammo for running backs when you build the foundation of this team. And you're going to use 27 to take your big step forward, and 28 is where you will trade your pieces for running backs to really start to contend. And that's and you should be contending by 28. Hopefully everything goes right. And obviously just follow the rookie content, follow along with Dynasty Nerds, and we'll get you there.
Awesome.
Right.
Side note, breaking news: Bucky Irving without a timetable to return. Is he really just Joe Mixon?
I mean, that's what he's been this year. Unfortunately, that's frustrating because we keep hearing that like, oh yeah, he might be back next week, and then he doesn't even practice. So the fact that he's not even practicing in a limited capacity is making me extremely nervous.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, we got a super chat from Ali. Trade question. I have Judy Judkins, Jalen Warren at running back, and CD Rasheed Garrett. Ooh, Garrett Price, and Purcell at wide receiver. Would you take Bijan for CD? Feels like I'll be thin at receiver. You should really be targeting Tyler Algier, by the way. The running back one.
The goal line carries.
The running back one there.
Yeah.
Zach Charbonnet.
Since week 6, Bijan, no rushing touchdowns. Tyler Algier, 5.
So dumb. That being said, though, it's tricky because this is a situation where I would like to know, Ollie, where your team is at overall, because in a draft, I'm taking Bijan over CeeDee Lamb every time. However, there might be a situation here where you're a contender and losing that much at wide receiver puts you in a position where you might not be able to win. So overall, yes, I would take Bijan Robinson for CeeDee Lamb, but it might be in your specific case as a contender that it just might not make sense for you this year. Do you agree with that, Rich?
I would do the deal.
Do it either way.
Yeah. I mean, you're really thin at running back. Jalen Warren's usage is so weird. We saw Kenneth Gainwell get a big bump up in the passing game again this week, and this was a team that was down, which is kind of weird. I don't value Jalen Warren whatsoever. Bijan's the number one.
He's played well, though. He has played well lately.
Okay, well, not this week. But for me, I am trading a top 6 guy for the number 1 overall guy, and that always holds weight for me. Bijan's still super young. He's an elite running back, and it's a lateral move anyways. And we just talked about like how there's no running backs this upcoming class. You're better off finding and hitting on a receiver next year to give you some depth. And having Rasheed and Garrett Wilson and the mystery of Ricky Pearsall in the background, I can use my first on the running back from a points per game basis. Like I'm okay, even if CD's scoring a couple more points per game, making the lateral move on Bijan on the supply and demand aspect of it. And I'm getting the number one guy at his position overall. CD is not that. So for me, I am definitely making that move, and I feel really good about my running back position coming up in a weak class, and I can go find a receiver. And listen, like having Rashee Rice and Garrett Wilson, it's way easier to find like for your first, like a receiver. Like we just mentioned a guy like Jalen Waddle, right? Can you imagine then trading your first and second for Jalen Waddle, and now you have Jalen Waddle, Rashee Rice, and Garrett Wilson paired up with those running backs? Like it's way easier. So it's way easier to find that undervalued receiver than it is at running back. Nobody's undervalued in running backs. You always have to pay fair value, and anybody who pops up, you got to pay a little bit more value, right? Like it's so hard to find that value at running back. So for me, when I have a chance to get a guy like a Bijan, I am making that move. Right now, if that was for like Ashton Genty, I'm not making that move. Ashton Genty hasn't shown enough, unfortunately, for us, right? Like in the situation he's in. But for Bijan, 100%. Even though Bijan's not scoring touchdowns, when you watch the Atlanta film, he still looks absolutely fantastic. He's definitely the best running. I mean, well, Jonathan Taylor's right now the best running back in the NFL, but
he's been crazy. Yeah,
he's in that elite category. He offers youth. He's going to get a contract extension for sure, so he's got longevity. He's a cornerstone piece. You're getting younger. Trade CD for Bijan today.
Also, really, really fast trade question. Let's just get. I feel like this is super simple, right? So, Ladd McConkey plus Gadsden for Jonathan Taylor.
He says he's stacked. He's ready to win a ship.
Yeah,
to win a ship, you got to make those moves.
Yeah, JT's league winner, guys, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I did in overtime. I told my son because we're watching it. Right, he's got him in Scott Fishbowl. We're rooting for him. Like he scored 78 points or 81 points in Scott Fishbowl, something like that crazy. And I was like, pulling it down. I was like, I guarantee Jonathan Taylor's going to score the win touchdown in overtime. I guarantee it. And he see it, told you. Yeah.
The crazy part is they didn't even need the touchdown. Like they just needed a field goal. But he kept getting first downs. So they're like, I guess we'll keep driving.
Yeah, he's on that season that's going to win you. He's a championship like a true champ. Like. Again, we throw that word around, championship caliber player, but like players that single-handedly
he's a league winner.
Yeah, he's a league winning player, and that's what Jonathan Taylor's doing right now. He's there's not many other players like him right now in the NFL that are doing that. You know, Jamar Chase is doing it with his target share of Joe Flacco, Jonathan Taylor, Devon Achane.
He's over 27 points a game right now, Rich. Unreal.
That week really helps, but yeah.
Well, he had 3 other 30+ point games. Like,
oh, dude,
it's nuts, dude.
He's gross. I love to see it, dude. Love to see it.
All right.
Okay, so this is James's team. It's a 10-team Superflex. Looking to possibly trade away Sutton for a young running back.
Who? What's the running back? Please tell me right now. Is there any running back?
He's just wanting a young running back to trade Sutton for. Which this
might be the Sunday right now too. I guess what I'm not getting it. You want to trade Cortland Sutton for a young running back? Well, unless there's a first behind there, plus listen, Sutton's not a needle mover at all.
Even when he was playing his best, it would be tough to get a young running back for him, and he's not playing well right now. So. Wrong time, unfortunately.
First name that popped into my head was like a Kyle Monungai. Who would you rather have?
Kyle Monungai.
Yeah, I'd rather Kyle Monungai.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So yeah,
that's the type of young running back you need. Cool. Yeah, but
speaking of which,
he already has him.
Oh yeah. Does he? No. How's it say? Trey Benson. Come on, he's got Trey Benson too.
Shucks.
Try to trade Bucky Irving.
All right, well, let's go through this roster real quick, and then we can get into specifics.
You want to try and move Cortland Sutton for an old running back that offers you short-term like usage, because like you can use a running back.
Aaron Jones plus, maybe.
I'd take Aaron Jones straight up for Cortland Sutton, dude. Yeah,
he just got the contract. That's why that Sutton's tricky for me. But
he did just get the contract, but like that doesn't mean anything to me.
It means a little bit to me.
Pat Bryant's coming for his job.
I do like Pat Bryant. All right, here we go.
In the first, yeah.
Superflex 10-team league. We've got Josh Allen, Michael Penix, Kyler Murray at the quarterback spot. And right now, we've technically got 2 more starters in Marcus Mariota and Jacoby Brissett, but obviously they don't offer long-term value. Running back, Ashton Genty, Bucky Irving, Trey Benson, Caleb Johnson, who got a little bit of run last night, Kyle Monangai, Brashard Smith, Devin Neal. At wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Drake London, Nico Collins, Ricky Pearsall, Matthew Golden, Cortland Sutton, Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman. Tight ends, Trey McBride, Mason Taylor, Elijah Arroyo.
Oh, nice.
Picks wise, we have 3 27 first round picks.
Yeah.
And then we have a 28 first round pick. Rich, to me, I know we were just talking about moving Cortland Sutton, and now I'm remembering too, it's a 10-team league.
Yep.
So it makes it even harder to move those receivers, and they mean a lot less to me.
Start
in
10
a 10-team
as well.
league.
I don't think this is not a championship caliber team at all.
Yeah, where are we at in contender?
In a 10-man league?
We're 4 and 5. What?
It's because Bucky Irving will drop quite a bit, but yeah,
That's
it must be a
something,
very even league.
Yeah.
I am
London,
Got a lot of
CeeDee
receivers.
Lamb, Nico Collins is pretty nice.
it is.
Pretty nice.
Who's he got a tight end?
Trey McBride.
Oh, that's why.
Let me see.
He's got 3 stud wide receivers and the number 1 tight end right now in points.
So
Here's my
could
problem.
we?
Doesn't have the running backs to listen, it's a 10-man league. Can this guy win? For his record's 4 and 5, so he's already showing like he's having a tough time getting over the hill. Can with this lineup, if he had another running back pop up, like win because of those other, like having Trey McBride, like Trey McBride can go for like he did this week, go for 40, and C goes for 40, and then you just win, right? And Josh Allen, but like your quarterback 2 is not great. You have no running back 2 currently healthy right now.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, breaking news by John Paul. Brian
have
Dable is now, and it's up. Yeah, Adam Schefter
we confirmed
4
it?
minutes
It's
ago.
confirmed, yeah.
Dang. I thought Jackson Dart was going to save his job, but
What?
he gets concussed and
It happens.
gone.
They lost
Yeah.
the game, and the owner's sick of it. Good offensive coordinator.
dude, how attractive is that job though?
Really attractive.
You're going to have a very high pick this year. You're going to have a top 10 pick. You have a franchise quarterback. You'll have Malik Neighbors coming back
And Darius Slayton.
and Darius Slayton coming back. I did love Darius. Hey, great catch this past week.
Dude, great one. Anyways, yeah, so he's out. That's you got to win.
Attractive job.
Sucks. So for this, Garrett, like we have 327 first, right? So like I feel good about that and using it like a year to kind of take a big step forward.
Yeah, do we do like a reset? Like not a rebuild, just a reset.
These are potential high value picks as well. They're not doing too great. They're like 7th and 5th right now.
I am looking to move Nico for a running back. Is what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I will live on the backs of the rest of those guys. If somehow I could turn Nico into a quarterback, like, I mean, dude, I watched that entire Atlanta game like in depth, and man, Michael Penix he misses some throws, man. Just like it's just short throws too that are like just off, man. It bothers me.
I would say his deep ball is actually pretty nice. It's
Yeah.
everything like 15 yards and in. That's the issue.
And he showed that in college. He had the best deep ball like coming out. Like it was impressive.
He looks like how a left-handed quarterback throws, but he's right-handed. Like something just looks weird with his throwing motion to me. I don't know.
I thought he was a lefty.
Yeah, Michael Penix is left-handed.
Well, I'm also dyslexic, so that really.
Yeah, what does it say? Like, is it Michael Penix left-handed?
Pete, edit that out, please.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we just see if there's a path to, because here's my reasoning, right? Like our team, like we need another running back. We can handle the receiver lost, and we have the 27 draft capital, definitely those high picks to replace them. Like, and guys, like there's gonna be some receivers that come out in that 27 class that will be immediate help, like for us, immediate. So we just need a year and a half to like maintain water.
Well, this team is actually a great team because they desperately need a receiver, and they have Josh Jacobs. I think we might even be able to get Jacobs maybe even a little bit of plus on top for Nico.
They're 4 and 5. We have their first as well. They're 27 first.
Yeah, we're keeping it. He's got Bryce Young, Jordan Love. Can you go back to his quarterbacks? That's what he has. Go Pat Mahomes.
What if that was all he asked for? He was like, dude, I just desperately need my first back. Would you give him his own first back for Josh Jacobs?
No.
I would.
It's valuable.
One first for Josh Jacobs is
but his picks can be high potentially, right? Or
Would you
he's
do that
middle of the
for
road. He's 4 and
Hampton?
5.
I guess Hampton's not going to help you out until like week 13. So never mind.
yeah, but it's not too far. I would offer him Nico Collins for Romero and Hampton straight up. So I would start there. See what he says.
I would have no issue with that.
Because he probably feels good about Javonte Hidden, right? Like Nico Collins is a solid name. I think that's where I'm starting.
I just, for me, like, and I have no issue with that. If we have Josh Jacobs, we're already contender. We're right there.
Yeah.
Like, Josh Jacobs does for one first. I get it. He's not the best team, but one first, I think, is more. Than
yeah.
worth it
Okay.
if he's
Yeah.
willing to
You know
do
what? For his, if I had to give his first back, it's his first for Josh Jacobs straight up. I would do it. Yeah. With our team. Because that changes the whole dynamic of our team.
because we have the best, one of the best, if not the best tight end. We have
quarterback.
We still keep Nico there.
We still keep.
So, I mean,
yeah,
we're pretty loaded.
Yeah, I would do that. I don't want to offer that first. Like, I would offer Nico for Hampton straight up if I had to. Like, I'd like to get I would like to get some long for like that 27 year, but I think Jacobs could still be valuable in 27. So it's not end of the world there either. So yeah, I would
also move Bucky. I know it's kind of selling low, but Bucky's
now.
not going to help us this year.
No, but like I think we're selling too low on it. Like, I'd rather just go ahead and hold on to him and grab another running back, and then lessen the need and use those 27 picks on receiver because we have 26 picks, and then have Bucky, Genty, Jacobs, you know what I mean, like in our shoot with there. So I would try and get Hampton because then I'd feel really good about same thing. I'd feel really good about Hampton in the back end of our team going in there with 27.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I can get Nico for Hampton, if not, yeah, I think 27 first for Josh Jacobs is probably the best offer there. What's this team looking at?
See, it's so weird because every team is like around 500 other than this guy's, and he doesn't really have anything that we can.
What's the bottom team?
We could try for down.
Yeah, but they're in 8th place. They're
still in it. They're 4 and 5.
The bottom team was that team you just clicked on. They had Quinshawn and Trevion. They were 0 for. They're in 10th place.
If you
try, but those teams don't really want to give up on young running backs. Rico might not be a hard guy for that team to move if they're like, yeah, you're right. Maybe I'm not really in it.
What would you think about trading for Hampton and then getting Vidal? Because this guy's, I mean, he's not really.
But what are you giving up for Vidal? Like, I wouldn't. It's just short. I know he got all the lion's share. I'm more interested in how I get Brock Purdy off of his team. Like, man,
I mean, I'm totally willing to throw something out for Brock Purdy or honestly any second quarterback because I do think we could get a small upgrade. But right now, I'm not even sure I'm starting him. I'm probably starting Jacoby Brissett, to be honest. Over my.
Is Kyler's out for like the rest of the season, right?
More or less, yeah. It's short-term IR, but the nice part is in 10-teamers, it's not as hard to get a super flex quarterback to get that second one.
And you're right. And you're right. And Allen offsets Penix, like his weakness. You know what I mean? Like he propels it. It would be really nice to have. And you have those 27 picks, so like it's gonna be a strong quarterback class. You're gonna be able to grab one there. And that's why, like, I am like this team, like I want that one running back because we have the draft capital to really like influx this in 27 to make it like a long-term
dynasty. Yeah, because if you add a Josh Jacobs, you add a Hampton, you add a somebody like that could be a running back one. You add a running back one to this team, and Genty's another one. We'll talk about it in the show. He's got a very nice playoff schedule. So if that's the case, all of a sudden now we have a shot the next 2 years. But then we get a nice influx of players in 27. Yep. That helps sustain and make that possible dynasty much longer.
And you can move some of those old, and if you hit on those receivers, it puts you in position now to move the older studs that you have, like the CeeDee Lambs. Can we see teams 4 and 5 real quick? They need receivers.
Yes.
This guy's only had 1 loss.
CMC's carrying him.
Ibuka, Pittman, William, Jameson, T. Higgins.
Does he have his 27 first?
Tez Walker. No.
No. I mean, because the way his team structure is, like,
Do we have it? We might already have it.
No. We do not.
Which ones do we have?
We have these
Pink
guys.
Pony and Hold My Beer.
Can we go back to that team's running backs just to see if there's a path? Probably not. I don't see anything here. No. I would say that the way his team is, like, he's like his 27 first could be pretty valuable in a 10-team league.
It could be.
All right, what about
5?
team 5?
Oh, that's the one with Josh Jacobs.
Team.
This is the 0.
This guy's 6 and 3.
7th in points 4.
I was gonna say this guy is an injury away from being in a bad spot.
Quinn Johnson, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Marvin Harrison.
It's weird for being a 10-team league. There's no powerhouse, and they're all like pretty like spread out. Pretty, this is like parody NFL,
which is awesome.
Yeah,
it's a good league.
I wonder if it's newer.
Could be.
Go back to the number 2 team just to see the 2 and 3 team, just to see what they're working with. A receiver.
What do you think, real quick? Because I mentioned him earlier. Rico Dowdle. Odds of him rests away being a running back 1.
Odds?
Yeah.
55%.
Okay. So if that team, we'll have to see where they're at after this week. Maybe they won, maybe they lost. Let's look at their team because we could probably tell you real quick if they probably won or lost, depending on who they started. Go to team 10.
Okay.
So Dart left. Rico had an okay game. Jalen Warren didn't have a great game. Tyrone didn't have a great game. Zay Flowers was okay. Jacoby, we'll see Christian tonight. Pitts, they probably.
Oh, man. Kyle Pitts, Theo
lost.
Johnson, Dalton Schultz, triple stack.
Yeah, I'd throw my second half for Dowdle here.
I think that's the break glass in case of emergency. I can't get any of these big deals done, but
and that guy likes
Rico helps me compete this year.
Yeah, he's rebuilding, so he knows what he has.
Yeah, I'm throwing second half for Rico Dowdle. And I feel very comfortable about that.
Absolutely. I think
he didn't have the best game this week in his under 4 yards per carry, but he still got all the usage over Chuba Hubbard.
And he got a touchdown.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that he could still make. If he's not a running back 1, low end running back 1, like he could be a high end running back. For your team, he's a good fit, and for a second, I'd easily do that.
Done and done. Yep,
that's a move too. All right.
Okay, we have a super chat.
What's up, Mike?
Mike, 1 quarterback, trade away Bucky. Yes.
Done.
Don't need to see the other. For 2 2026 firsts, Lotto. 101 through 106, then trade out. So yes for that, right?
Yes.
For the Bucky part easily. Yep.
Easily.
Okay. Then trade a Lotto 26 first for Kittle.
No.
And this is 1 quarterback.
Not tight end premium. Kittle's 32. You're trading away Bucky. Maybe you can afford it, but a Lotto pick is him saying 1-1 through 1-6.
He has Kincaid, Gadsden, and Hawkinson as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like you
have
need
Gadsden. As long as that injury isn't too bad. He did get injured last night. Curious to see what it is. I think it's probably just a bone bruise, but we'll see.
I agree. So for that, I'm the first are more valuable than, and Kittle's a stud. He is, but you have 3 dart throws at tight end that can give you feel comfortable with there. So that team's really strong. MH, Marvin, Ladd, Neighbors going to next year. You got JJ. It's 1 QB, so you're fine at quarterback. You're really good at running back. I'm telling you, you have 327 first. Yeah, I would take that. I'm just going ahead and take those first, and then if you need something, you could trade that first during the draft for another running back. You probably get a running back more guaranteed. I mean, I feel like I feel like giving away 2 firsts. Like if you have a top 5 pick, somebody might trade Bucky for just one of those picks. If it was top 5, like, oh, I have the number 3 pick. Like, I'll give you Bucky Irvin for it, and a 1 QB league. So yeah, make that deal. I'm not trading. Like, so basically, you're trading away Bucky for Kittle and a first. I'd rather just have the 2 firsts with having those tight ends we have.
Yeah, I agree.
And side note, I'm trying to remember who asked this, but it was a late 26 first and a late 26 second. You're still trading that away for Bucky still, even after the no timetable news?
If I'm not contending and I get 2 firsts for any running back that's not in tier 1, I'm doing it. Or
no,
like
flip the other way. We're getting Bucky. We're giving a late 26 first and a late 26 second.
Oh yeah, I'm still doing that. Yeah, I have no problem paying a first for Bucky.
Yeah.
Okay.
think
Yeah, I'd do that. I'd still do that and gamble on him for next year if I had to.
Yeah.
Like in this
Yeah,
draft class.
because of the class next year.
Yeah, 1 first is like I'm drafting Bucky Irvin, and then a late second doesn't mean anything for me. So, and with Kittle, like his value to 1 QB league, like he had a monster game this week, which is great. I mean, I have an offer on the table where like I'm in a league where like I'm thinking about like I'm in the middle of the road right now. I've had some injuries, so I'm like 3-5 or 3, or I'm about to be 4-5, I think somewhere in there, or 4-6 or 5-5, whatever. And I have an offer on the table. Somebody offered me, I didn't accept it yet, but they offered me Harold Fannin, 1 QB. They offered me Harold Fannin and my 27 first back. So I gave him my 27 first for Quinshon Judkins when all that news broke out, like he might not play. I was just trying to get him off my roster, so I gave my 27 first for Judkins, which I feel really good about. Now he's offering me my 27 first back because he's in the playoff potential for Josh Jacobs and George Kittle. He's offering my 27 first and Harold Fannin. Now, I've been weighing with this for over 30 hours. And I think after this week, because I'm going to win, I don't have my first next year, but I'm going to win this week with the players. Obviously, Kittle's a big help. I think I'm going to accept the trade. And again, that's a deal where somebody's like, dude, you're losing that deal. You're giving up Kittle and Jacobs. Jacobs is going to be 28 next year. Kittle's going to be 33. But I'm getting my 27 first back, which would give me 2 27 firsts at that point, 1 QB. And like, I'm ready to kind of reset. So like,
I'm going to say, are you more of a rebuilder?
I'm about to enter a rebuild stage. Like my receivers are Chris Godwin.
So that'll kind of motivate you to do it by making this.
Exactly. So I'm giving up Jacobs in that deal, and I'm giving up Kittle, but I'm getting Harold Fannin back, who's a tight end I like, and I have a lot of other. I have Hawkinson, I have Kincaid, kind of like that, you know. But my receivers are Jerry Jeudy, Deebo Samuel, Stephon Diggs, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. So like I'm super old at receiver. Like and going this year, like I had Alvin Kamara. I got like I felt good about going this year. It just didn't work out with injuries and everything. I got Kyle Monangai, J.K. Dobbins. So I think I'm going to enter the rebuild stage. You know, we always talk about getting that value back. So that's the kind of example of where, like, on paper, you lose a trade, right? Like I'm giving up Josh Jacobs and George Kittle for just my 27 first. But I think my 27 first, by time my 27 first is on the table, Josh Jacobs and
if it's top 3.
I think I could put myself in position to be top 3 is the whole point. And I think by the time that comes along, that will be easily worth both those guys. So it's kind of like projecting a little bit. That makes sense.
So this has been quite the news day. So I want to get your guys' reaction to this.
Something else happened?
Joe Burrow just returned to practice today. Is returning to practice.
Oh, wow.
What?
Does that change? Yeah, so yeah, Joe Burrow's
He had no defined timeline on his toe. I mean, it was turf toe. So, like,
I kind of just already in my head ruled him out for the season.
Limited capacity, but
So
he's returning to practice today.
That's interesting.
So maybe like 3-4 more, another month, like as we enter December, you might get a whole like month of Joe Burrow for your championship run. Too little, too late. Thanks, Joe. Don't get hurt again.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Turf toe doesn't have like a high re-injury rate, right? Or does it?
I have no idea.
I just know that it's very underrated.
All right.
Okay. So this is Brandon.
Brandon.
It's a PPR 12 team start 10, one quarterback league, and I have Drake May. Congratulations. Do I trade Mahomes or May, and what can I get for them in a one quarterback?
All right. Well, we've got a 1 QB PPR league. Drake May, Pat Mahomes, the aforementioned players there at quarterback, and Geno Smith also a starter. Running back, Ashton Genty, Omarion Hampton, Bayshaw Tootin, Rashard Smith, Kamani Vidal. Wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, Rashee Rice, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Josh Downs, Trey Harris, Pop Douglas, and Parker Washington coming on strong. Tight ends, Tyler Warren, Luke Musgrave. This team's moved basically all of their 26 class and most of their 27 class, except they got somebody else's 2027 first.
Yeah,
currently this team is 6-3. They're in second place. Where are they at in contender mode, Pete?
Second.
Yeah, looks right.
All right. Yep, sounds about right. So they are right there, Rich.
Yeah.
In this type of scenario, look, I like Pat Mahomes and I like Drake May. But if anybody is ever interested in my QB2 in a 1 QB league, I have no problem moving.
Yep. Whoever I can get the most for, which would probably be Drake May, but whoever I can get the most for and I can fix a position, skill position on my team, I'm moving them.
This guy's team? Dart Fields.
See,
Dart's fun, but
here's the problem, and I don't want to sit here and go through and find trades to move Pat Mahomes and Drake May because it's impossible to do in 1 QB. Like they're so devalued. It doesn't even if a trade seems fair, a team's not doing it. His question is, do I move Drake May or Pat Mahomes? The answer is yes. You move one of them and you make your team better. I don't care if it's draft picks. I don't care if it's a player like a running back or receiver. Yes, the answer is yes. For us to try and sit here and go find a path it's a kind of a waste of time because even fair deals in 1 QB leagues for quarterbacks that are really good are hard to pull off, right? It's just hard to pull off. You easily say a first for Drake May and Pat Mahomes. That's stealing, right? In 1 QB league, teams won't do it because some other teams have quarterbacks. So it's easy to say something. And what sucks is even when a team has a need at quarterback, the response would be like, oh yeah, I'd rather just pay less and get Jacoby Brissett. You know what I mean? Even then, they don't want to pay the price. They don't want to pay the price for quarterbacks. So it's the answer is yes. Your team looks really good, man. The number one thing I'm targeting is another running back because you only have two running backs. So you need another running back. Can we look at the receivers one more time? I know it was really strong.
Yep.
Yeah, you're really good at receiver, really good. You're good at tight end. If I can move one of those quarterbacks for a running back, even if it's I get a lesser quarterback and a running back that can give me a couple of years, I would do that, right? A short term. And
where's Rico at? This is another great Rico one.
Yeah, and do I get another quarterback that's a tier down from Pat Mahomes? If that's the case, if I'm tearing down, I'm keeping Drake May, I guess if I can. But again, 1 QB, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter.
So Mahomes
overall score.
Mahomes equals Bo Nix and Rico Dowdle?
I would do that.
Yes.
Or Sam Darnold and Rico Dowdle, whichever one.
Sure.
Yes.
Either one.
Both are yes.
Would you?
Dude, to be honest with you, it equals almost Travis Etienne, the way Travis Etienne's being used in there.
Yeah.
I need another running back. I have no problem tearing down the Sam Darnold or Bo Nix, both who are quarterback ones on the season. They're not as elite as those guys, but if I could do that, yeah, I am definitely doing that. I am in position to win now. I'm giving a guy I'm not starting who's a better player for a guy I'm going to start. Yes.
Yep. Totally fine doing that.
And I'll draft another quarterback. I'll draft a guy and put him on my bet. But you don't have, then you'll have Drake May and then Sam Darnold and Bo Nix. You're still set at quarterback long term. You're still there. That's a big thing. I'd rather tear down and get a quarterback back than give one up straight up and find a running back. ETN fits that mold. Dowdle fits that mold. Anybody who's a starting running back who offers another year of upside.
What about some of those bottom teams, Pete? Do any of those guys have running backs that this team could maybe use a quarterback? I don't really want Chase Brown.
No.
They won't want a quarterback.
And this is probably because everybody has a quarter. Everybody usually has.
What was 11 again? We skipped by 11 real quick. They might. Well, they're about to get Joe Flacco back.
Yeah, they're not now. Again, and they're not trying to win. Their record's what? 4 and 5. Yeah, I mean,
which is ranked 11th, so they're
They
still.
don't even have the running backs to give anyways. It's such a hard maneuver to do in one QB league is move a quarterback. We actually talked about this on the podcast like within the last week or two, like how futile it is to like move quarterbacks in one QB leagues because of the depth that everybody else has. Is you have a really good team, man. Like you have honestly, you could skate by with the running backs you have because of Vidal and his usage, which is like 3 down running back usage until Hampton comes back. What sucks is you're an injury away at one of those running backs where like you're out of it, but you're perfect everywhere else. Like you are, and you have.
I do think this is a situation, even though Rich, I don't want to. It's not my own pick. I am shopping that 27 first because I do want to get one more running back.
I need a young running back. That first is on a team that's real bad in Dynasty. It's the 11th ranked team in Dynasty. So I need a good running back.
You know, I was looking at, Quinshawn. Is there any realm for Quinshawn?
Yeah.
Is that,
Trevian Henderson. If there's a path there. And what's our receivers?
Even if I got to give a little extra.
I want to see if we have any depth to throw on top for if I had to give up a little bit. No. We need those guys. We have no draft capital at 28 at that point, so I want all those guys as well. Yeah, that 27 first could 100% be moved for a young running back. Like if anybody's like, hey man, I'm just trying to get players off my team like the Quinshawn, the Trevions, along those lines, I'm moving at. I would throw in my 28 second if I had to. But again, you don't have the draft capital to move a lot either. So like I would preach that to the team like, hey, this 27 first is gonna be pretty high.
What running backs are even available on some of these bottom tier teams?
I mean, it's weird because this guy's last place.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
He doesn't everybody want either, though.
Does he just keep playing the wrong team each week? Oh, yeah. His points for is 5th. So he just keeps playing the wrong team every week.
This guy's 2-7. Go to the next team. 5-4. 7th. 7th one. Go to 7th. 7th sometimes is somebody like they're go back to 7th. Yeah, I would offer that 27 first for both of those guys. One of those guys.
Yeah, I'd give it for either one.
Yeah, either one. I mean, this is a team that's probably ready. Like he's in 7th place. Really not going to worry. We get 27 first for either of those guys. Take that. I'd offer. Yeah, my 27. You've got to
really hype that class up because if they don't know how good that class is, because that's going to be hard for somebody that doesn't know to just say, "You want me to give up one of these running backs for a first, just a first?" Like, okay,
2 years out,
high first. It's going to be in an elite class. Here's the top players in that class. Like you might have to educate them, to make that deal.
Yeah, and listen, that's a deal you're going to rue in 2027. You're going to be like, oh man, I can't even give up that pick for that player. But like you're in a window to win, and you got those are caliber players. So yeah, either that 27 first for either of those guys. Next team.
Yep.
Ideal if you can get younger, you want to. Yeah. What's this team?
I mean, I would love to get Devon Achane. I don't know that that's even humanly possible, especially after that game that he just had.
What's this team ranked?
This guy's 4th.
He's not getting up, anyways.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't.
This guy's in 10th. Oh yeah, Breece easily 27. I said earlier, Shay. Like I'm valuing Breece Hall like he's a Kansas City Chief in 2026. So I would give up that first. Easily, and my 28 second for Breece. I would target Breece over both those guys. Actually, I would target Breece over Saquon and Christian McCaffrey first. That's my first offer I'm sending out. This guy right here, he's in 10th place. I'm offering my 27 first. Same thing, talk it up, educate him in the class for Breece. If he's like, I need a little bit more, I'm giving my 28 second too. And then I feel really good about my team, like really good for this year and the future.
All right.
And this Quinshawn.
Yeah, I do the same thing for Quinshawn. Yeah. Breece over Quinshawn though too, honestly.
Oh, Breece over Quinshawn, interesting.
Yeah, I'm valuing Breece as a kid. Dude, Breece looks so good on such a cheap team.
I just don't know that that's for sure going to happen. I hope it does. I would love for him to be cheap.
Oh, 100%. But he's going somewhere, and I think it's going to be the Chiefs, dude. Like they went and tried to get him. He wants to go somewhere and win. If I'm like. The running back money is probably going to be pretty comparative out there in the market. I think the Kansas City Chiefs, again, I said before, this is a team that tried to sign Josh Jacobs, right? And they're offering similar money to what the Packers were offered, but Jacobs wanted to go. He didn't like the Chiefs. He's like, I was never going there. So like, I think the Chiefs are going to be willing to pay for a guy. Like
I will say this to help add fuel to your fire. Breece Hall, he's from Nebraska, and he went to Iowa State. So he is a Midwest guy, so that adds some fuel to that fire.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like I would overpay, overpay today is underpay tomorrow. I'd overpay for Breece Hall on the gamble of where he's going to go next year. I really think he's going to end up, and if it's not Kansas City, it's going to be somewhere good, nice. Like it's going to be somewhere nice. And I think Breece is going to be like one of those players you regret the buy window, and what looks like an overpay today is underpay tomorrow. Because if he stays healthy, and damn does he look good this year, he is tier 1 caliber running back, tier 1, like Bijan range from a fantasy football perspective. I think he's that good.
Dang. All right. Let's have it.
This is. Oh, sorry, I was a little bit overly eager there. This is Chandler's team. 1 quarterback, 12 team start, 11.
Nice.
I took over an orphan team in the offseason. Team wasn't very good when I started. I have gathered draft picks and young guys.
0-9.
Man, tough spot to be in. All right. PPR league. CJ Stroud, Jared Goff, Anthony Richardson at the quarterback spot. Running back wise, Omarion Hampton, Trey Benson, Dylan Sampson, DJ Giddens, Trevor Etienne, Jeremy McNichols. Wide receivers, Roma Dunze, Jaden Higgins, Keon Coleman, Alec Ayomanor, Cedric Tillman, Alec Pierce.
Yeah, dude. Can we stop there for a second? This for Alec Pierce over these last 3 to 4 weeks has seen about a 25% target share. He out targeted Michael Pittman this last this Sunday. He's really added another element to his game outside of just like kind of take the top off of a defense kind of player. Like he's really developed into a very solid receiver. The fact that they're willing to give up Adonai Mitchell for him, I could see Pierce getting like a contract extension in Indy, and I think he is a valuable piece as like a potential wide receiver 3. I just want to say that.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that. That's part of the reason I had Josh Downs as a big faller this week for me, because he's now kind of the 4th receiver on run first team. So
like I see Alec Pierce living in his 26 to 28-year-old range as kind of like that Brian Hartline back in the day, if you remember, like Miami, like he was like a very good wide receiver 3, low end wide receiver 2. Pierce could kind of develop into that kind of player where like he has a short window of like championship caliber help value. It's just like he's a player that just put his nose to the grindstone and just became a better overall receiver in the long term. And I like that short window was a valuable piece. We see those players pop up all the time, kind of like you're like a Victor Cruz essentially. Is a newer guy kind of that fits that mold. He's undrafted, and Alec Pierce, remember, he was a 2nd round pick coming out of Cincinnati as well.
Liked him
for that team. So like Pierce is just a guy who's like over these last couple of weeks has really been on my radar. But anyways,
no, as he should be, wrapping it up. Let's go to the tight end position. We've got Brenton Strange, Pat Fryermuth, so not a lot going on there. Picks wise, we've got our 27 first with an extra one, our 26 first with an extra one. And we've got several extra seconds and thirds. So we're definitely leaning into that rebuild a little bit here. Currently in 10th in dynasty mode. In contender mode, where are we at, Pete?
Side note, Gremlins is the last ranked team here. And
7-2.
Well, in dynasty though.
Yeah, in dynasty.
So what their team looks like? I want to see what that 27 first is going to look like, actually.
Okay, so
points for 7th.
Okay, so he's got Jonathan Taylor carrying him.
Yeah, that 27 next year could be kind of bad for him. Okay, cool. All right,
good to know. All right, so we're in 10th in contender mode, right? Or we're 12th.
In contender mode, we're 12th.
Okay.
Yeah, so
right.
we're gonna have the 1-1 in this class, which is great. It's 1 QB. It's a perfect fit because you're gonna probably take Jeremiah Love, which is you're gonna pair with Omarion Hampton, which is gonna be nice, and then you'll grab a receiver with that other first. More likely, again, our strategy, if you've been listening to the show, is kind of trade out. If it looks like it's gonna be a late first, is that the other first is gonna be a late first, or is that 27? What's our 26 first?
So Gremlins will probably be a late 26.
It's gonna be a late first. So if you can move that 27 late first or the 26 first late first into the 27 class and then pick up a second if you can or something along those lines, that should be really good. But I think, Garrett, for me, this is a very self-evident roster breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
The pieces you have are cornerstone pieces. and you have the draft capital build around them in one QB. So I am staying put. If I can get, that's Trevor Etienne. I thought it was Travis Etienne. Never mind. Can we go? Can I see receivers one more time? Rome, Keon. Yeah, because you're not getting anything for Keon Coleman. You're not getting anything to Tillman. You have the upside of like those guys are all like Higgins, Pierce, Tillman, like Ale Manor, like upside guys, like to kind of help propel it. But you got the cornerstone guy in Rome. You're not moving them because it's addition by subtraction. And tight end again, we got Pitts, right? So we're I mean Garrett for me.
Fryermuth. We don't have Pitts.
Oh, we don't have Pitts. Okay, Fryermuth. So we need a tight end. But yeah, to me, this is it is what it is kind of team. Like this is the bed you made, kind of laying it. Like I'm not trying to find just a trade for you to make just because you submit a roster rescue. I'm going to give you the best advice possible. And the best advice possible to me is take Jeremiah Love more likely than not with your 26-1-1. Mm-hmm. Take that 26 other late first and move into the 27 class plus, or trade for a proven younger receiver. If you could, like a guy who's 26 years old, somewhere in that range, we'll see more down the road. But you want either use that on a receiver or tight end or best player available. The first, I would prefer to move out of that late first with a guy that's already in the league that I like, or a 27 first. Like we said before, like it's gonna be a late first. So for any 27 first, I can move Super Gremlins first for anyone at all. I'm doing that with it, and then you're going to be in really good position to use those 27 first to kind of propel yourself to compete in 2028. You're still young at running back at that point. You'll have Jeremiah Love and Aaron Hampton.
Who do we have a receiver again?
Roma Dunze, with the upside of everybody else, right? We'll have a better feel of like our receiving core after that. But you have three. It's going to be a strong class in 27 for immediate help at receiver. So you should be able to take a big step forward right away in 27 and put yourself in position to be a sneaky team in 27 and then really compete in 28. And then again, use your 28 draft capital to use those first to fill out your running back position, to fill out that other guy that you possibly need at running back.
And I'm going to keep an eye on the running back position because I love go to our running backs here quick, Pete. I love having Omarion Hampton. I think he's a truly elite back. There's a reason that I had 4 backs in this class ranked in my top 7 or top 8 of the past all time doing nerd score. So like I believe a lot in this class. But that being said, people are going to start feeling the pain of some bad running back classes in a row in 26, and then 27 is looking better, but still not crazy deep at this point. They're going to start to feel that somebody might offer you the moon and the stars for Omarion Hampton. And if I would at least entertain it depending on where you're at with all of this.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Because you're going to be getting 27 picks, hopefully.
Yes. But if we already somehow have those picks, like he'd be a cornerstone player. He's a first-round pick at running back on the Chargers, which has a really good run scheme. Like, again, any running backs move. Like I can move any running back. Like Garrett, I'm not opposed to that. I'm just saying it would have to be like a clear overpay.
Yeah.
Like, it has to.
But look for King's ransom. You might be able to get it.
Yeah, 100%. And you're right. Like the pain of the 26 running back class, but going into that 27 offseason might be felt where somebody can give you like, here's the situation I'd be looking at, right? If like in 26, like Hampton's like top 6 running back in 26, a running back we like a lot goes down with an injury, right? Like Quinshon Judkins, Trevion Henderson tears their ACL. Like nothing crazy, but they're out for the year. Mm-hmm. And somebody offers me Judkins or Henderson, or any other running back that like it's kind of hurt right now. It could be any other running back that is younger and picks on top of that, like a 27 pick, a 27 first, and like a second on top of that for Hampton. That's what I'm looking for. So you're right. I think there's a path for that to happen. To get one of those guys back, I would do that move. I think that's where that path would open up. And then, because instead, if we're trying to compete in 27, now you're getting Trevion Henderson back. Again, I'm just making up some random injury. Hopefully this never happens. I love it too much. But I use him as an example. There, it could be like a Devon Achane. Someone who's a little bit more based on speed. I'd be a little bit sad about that one. But like a good young running back that you can get plus the first and second on top be the deal I would definitely be trying to make. But I think Hampton is a cornerstone running back piece.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I think that wraps things up.
All right.
Yes,
Fun
sir.
I always love roster rescues. So we'll be back next week with more if you guys submit them.
All right. See you.